Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is Jocka, and welcome back to the chat. So this is the first morning chat that I've had. So welcome to the morning, even though it's actually probably not going to be the morning once you guys watch this. But anyways, I had painting yesterday and wood as well. Really long day again. Oh my God, waking up at 6 and going to bed at like 11. But it was really good. We actually finally started painting, and it was awesome. I was planning to do a digital piece, but I decided to switch it up and go back to my roots, which was ink drawing and stuff like that, which is kind of something I wanted to talk about today, which was change. And I feel like change, it's inevitable. Change happens constantly. I swear to God, I sneeze in like every other video. Sorry. I tend to be more stuffy in the morning, so bear with me. Oh, I'm disgusting. But yeah, so change, it happens. People grow older, right? People age. They physically change as time goes. Events change. Certain people's outlook, right? Tragedies, experience, diversity. It all changes people as well as physical surroundings, right? So whether that be desirable or undesirable, it really is up to the person in the situation, right? Some people will find a certain piece of change desirable, but the other might not think so, right? It's all really subjective, but it happens. That's the thing, is that change always happens and it needs to happen, right? And sometimes people kind of get blocked in a way where they refuse to change and move forward because, I don't know, a plethora of reasons. Like they're fearful of what will come afterwards, if they won't be as happy. And then, hey, a little segue to the past vlog about nostalgia. It could lead to regret, right? People could felt like they have missed an opportunity, or they took an opportunity and it wasn't the right opportunity, and then that could lead to people realizing that they can't move forward, and they won't because they're too afraid to. And that makes sense, but is it progressive? No. And saying that, obviously taking risks and challenging change to be better or worse for you, that's a risk, right? And I feel like it's a risk that people, they should be comfortable with taking, right? Because if you don't take risks, you're not going to grow at all. You're just gonna wish that you knew how it would have rolled out, instead of even facing the worst case scenario, which honestly usually doesn't happen too often, at least in mild social situations, and learning from that fall, right? Because mistakes and tragedies happen, but they're there to make you stronger, right? That's the underlining thing. But I mean, if it succeeds, then that's great, and you gain a lot, right? You gain a lot of knowledge, and you gain the satisfaction of knowing that you knew how this would play out. But we can never fully determine what would happen after initiating an action, right? So that's where the risk comes in, and that's where the fear can set in, right? But then the people who choose to stay behind, that's where it gets worrisome. Is that people will, they'll get stuck in their old ways. They'll refuse to change because they're fearful, and they just won't grow as people, right? And it's really clear when you notice somebody who's like that, because I don't think I've met a single person who is like that, who is happy, and that's a fact. They may be comfortable, but they're not happy, and that is a fact for me, from my experience with people. And I met a lot of people, and I met my fair share that just refused to try to make things better for themselves and for the people around them, right? In conjunction. And why is that, right? It's because they might be fearful, they might be, maybe they're prideful, and I guess that links in with the fear too, is that people are just afraid of the unknown and transitioning into somewhere that they haven't been before, right? For me, for example, I have been really afraid of swimming for as long as I can remember, because something happened when I was really young. And when you have such a strong fear like that, it's really hard to overcome. So when I'm on boats and stuff, which is rare, but when I'm on boats and whatever, I have a really bad time, and it's something about getting my head under the water and whatever. It really strikes me, right? And it would take a lot for me to try to learn and develop the skills to swim, and that is a step that I feel like I should take. I should try to push myself in order to make myself grow and overcome my past self, right? But it's all a matter of taking a step past your fear and then initiating that change. And that is a choice upon the individual. That is a choice upon me, right? That is a choice upon you in order to initiate that change if you really want it. And once you do that, you start accepting that change. It has to happen. It's in our skin. It's in our brains. It's in the air. It's all around us. Change, and it will always be changing. Everything will be always constantly changing. And if we try to refuse it, I promise you, it's much harder than it's supposed to be set out to be, right? But yeah, I met some stubborn people, and I can be stubborn sometimes too, but sometimes when people just try to refuse to change things, there's a difference between trying to fix something when it's not broken and changing something for the betterment, right? Because sometimes things don't need changing at the moment, but I guarantee at some point they'll need changing, right? Or they'll force a change. And if you're not, it's hard to be prepared for change, because it can pop out of nowhere. But if you're not accepting of the change, of any kind of change, then you're just gonna make it harder on yourself. And honestly, I feel like 9 times out of 10, with me at least, when I take a risk, I'm happy with the result. I'm not just comfortable with it. I'm happy with the result, because I'll have known the outcome, and I'll have known that I took the chance and bettered myself, and then the result, whether it be undesirable or desirable, would have given me some growth as well. So that's a whole lot of growth in one situation, where I could have left if I just looked past the risk, just because I was comfortable and I didn't want to be uncomfortable, But yeah, so that's all I'm gonna spew about change for today. I'm gonna be heading off to school later for my bronze class, and then I'll tell you guys about that tomorrow. I think we're just gonna be showing the professor what we're planning to do for the project. I think I mentioned this in the vlog before, but we work on only one project for the whole bronze class. So, which is pretty exciting, because that means that we're going to be loading a whole lot of time into one project. So that's going to be pretty cool to see what people come up with. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and comment, subscribe if you like more, and stay tuned for more vlogs and the music and marks coming out soon. Just letting you know, heads up. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later.